I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before buying the Drake Interplanetary Caterpillar, and we're starting right now. Welcome to a Star Citizen's Buyer's Guide. What's up, citizens? This is Subliminal here, and today we'll be discussing the features, functions, and benefits of the Drake Caterpillar, and we'll compare those features amongst competing ships so you can make an informed buying decision. Actually, there aren't many competing ships, so we'll throw in some large and expensive ships for you whales out there with a few hundo burning a hole in your pocket. This ship review is brought to you guys by my Patreon backers and YouTube members. Every month I will review a ship that $5 plus patrons and members get the opportunity to vote on. No matter what size or price, I will review it. In this review, we'll cover a brief overview, take a look at the exterior, tour the interior, review stat comparisons, go over weapons, discuss components, review the pros and cons, and finish up with my thoughts on the Drake Caterpillar. If this is our first time meeting, welcome. My name is Subliminal and my passions are Star Citizen and content creation. Be sure to check out some of my other reviews in this series and consider subscribing. Now let's get to it. The Drake Caterpillar is a very large and affordable modular cargo ship. It is commonly used for legitimate commerce, extended search, and rescue missions. However, because of the low cost and popularity among civilians, the Caterpillar is known for being used by pirates. The Caterpillar is manufactured by Drake Interplanetary. Drake is a company that designs, manufactures, and sells spaceships in the Star Citizen universe. Their ships have a characteristic, robust, and geometrical design with a lot of low-tech materials. The Caterpillar is currently flight ready. As of today, it is not available for purchase on the Pledge Store. When it did, it sold for $295, and I was able to find it for as low as $235 on the gray market. It is not currently available to purchase without the UEC. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the Drake Caterpillar. The Caterpillar you are looking at and will continue to see throughout this review is the limited Pirate Edition. The only difference is the exterior livery. This special edition can be unlocked by completing the final wave of Pirate Swarm and can be purchased anytime the Caterpillar is on sale. One of the first things you'll notice is the large manned turret on top. It is equipped with two size 4 hardpoints. On the bow of the ship you'll notice two massive parking sensors. Also, on the front of the ship, you have the front cargo bay door. On the port side, you'll notice the 4 cargo module doors. They can be opened from the inside or the outside. Above us here is the command module with 2 gimbaled size 1 laser autocannons. Above the command module outside of our view is one unmanned turret with 2 size 1 laser autocannons. Underneath we have our second manned turret with 2 size 4 hardpoints. Looking at the rear of the command module, you'll notice it resembles the rear of the Drake Herald. This command pod will be detachable in the future for escape or when you deliver a load. Around the aft, you will notice 4 massive engines. Around the starboard side, you'll see the tractor beam station on this asymmetrical wing. As you can see, the cargo module doors can be opened on both the starboard and port sides. There are currently no loading ramps to load any land vehicles onto the Caterpillar. For now, it is just able to carry cargo purchased at kiosks. Now for the interior. We'll enter in through the entry elevator. To our left, we have a functional weapon rack. We'll turn around and enter into the habitation room. To our right, we have a couple of beds. Here we have access to cargo modules, but we'll come back to that later. In this corner, we have a head. Here we have a sink and some spaceship stuff. And finally in this room, we have a table and some more spaceship stuff. Now we'll head through the elevator room and into the lower hallway. In this lower hallway, we have some more spaceship stuff. Continuing on, we enter into the engine room. Here you will see the 2 main engines and the engineering station. Behind us to our left, we have a ladder that will take us to the jump drive access room, but we'll be avoiding ladders because this is Star Citizen after all. Moving on, we have access to the bottom turret. Next, we'll head up the stairway to heaven and turn right down the center hallway. This is the tractor beam room with the tractor station. Next, we'll head down the upper hallway that's full of more spaceship stuff, and enter into the server access room with really cool spaceship stuff. The next room is the power plant room. Continuing on, we'll enter into the jump drive access hallway that's full of, you guessed it, spaceship stuff and the component housing for the quantum drive, as well as a ladder to go back down into the engine room. Here's a better view of the server room. We'll head back to the hallway and head towards the bridge, or the command module. To our right, we have the flight deck with a co-pilot seat that features one MFD, and next, we have the pilot seat with, count 'em, 6 MFDs and a radar. The Caterpillar, as well as every other Drake ship, does not feature an ejection feature. Behind the flight deck, we have 2 support seats with 2 MFDs each. Behind the support seats, we have a ladder that will take us down into the lower deck of the command module. Down here, we have a shower room with a sink, some spaceship stuff, 2 beds, a table, and another tractor beam station. There is a non-functioning door that I suspect will be an exit or docking when the command module is detachable. I almost missed this, but to our left is a weapon rack. We'll head back down the center hallway, and this time we'll head into the EVA access room. To our right is the EVA hatch that is not yet functional. Continuing on, we'll head down the cargo module catwalk. This is Module 1. Here's Module 2, Module 3, and Module 4. Each module features a button to deploy the port side and starboard side doors from the catwalk. Next, we'll enter to the front turret access. Here we have the ability to open the front cargo bay door. Next, we'll head into the front man turret. Let's head down into the front cargo bay. Each cargo module has buttons on the lower levels to open and close the port and starboard side doors. Now let's see how it compares to other ships you may be considering. For comparison, I've selected the following 10 ships. The Google Sheet document with the data is linked in the description. If this is your first time here, you may want to check the sheet or pause the screen. It explains how I have selected and compared the ships. The Caterpillar comes in at around 1.6 million kilograms, the 5th most massive ship currently in the game. It has a max crew size of 9, has a cargo capacity of 576 SCU, the largest cargo capacity currently in the game. It has 31,000 hit points across its body. This takes 5th place here. Its shield capacity of over 87,000 ties in 3rd place with 5 other ships on this list. Has a sustained gun DPS of almost 2,400. It ranks pretty low here, and also with its burst DPS of almost 2,700. This is to be expected for a ship with such a specific purpose. The Drake Caterpillar does not have missiles, as well as 3 other ships on this list. It has a fuel capacity of over 2.5 million fuel units. It has a max yaw pitch rate of 20 degrees per second. This is terrible, but to be expected. It has an SCM speed of 99 meters per second and takes 7th place, also terrible. And its top speed of just 894 is 8th place on this list. Its quantum drive has a staggering 134 megameters per second quantum speed. The Caterpillar ties for 1st place with the Starfarer Gemini. So travel from Port Alizar to MultiCorp will take you only 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Its QT range of 179 gigameters ties 1st place with the Gemini. This range is 2nd only to the Freelancer Dur, when considering all of the ships currently in the game. So it can travel from Port Alizar to MultiCorp 4.3 times before needing to refuel. But let's talk about its firepower. On the top of the Caterpillar there are 2 size 1 weapon hardpoints and 1 front turret with 2 size 4 weapon hardpoints. On the bottom it has 2 gimbaled size 1 weapons and a 2nd turret with 2 size 4 weapons. The command pod features a Caterpillar weapon mount with 2 M3A laser autocannons. One M3A is size 1, has 105 energy damage with 87 RPM for a total of 152 DPS and a 1500 meter range. It also has 2 Veripuck S2 gimbal mounts, also with 2 M3A laser autocannons each. It has 2 man turrets, one on the top and one on the bottom. They each hold 2 M6A laser autocannons. One M6A is size 4, does 555 energy damage with 56 RPM for a total of 518 DPS and a 4200 meter range. Again, the Caterpillar does not have missiles. Now for the components. The standard components available on the Caterpillar are as follows. It has one size 3 Pontes quantum drive with a 134 megameter per second quantum speed and a 32 second cooldown. 2 size 3 Genzel power plants with 20,000 max power generation per second each. 2 size 3 thermal core coolers that provide 960 million max cooling per second each. And last but not least, we have 1 size 3 stronghold shield generator with over 87,000 capacity. I would say its pros are its cargo capacity, of course. It is the largest currently in the game. Its QT speed and QT range are also top tier. I have seen as well as used it myself to travel across the solar system to save time. However, it should be noted that if you use it for this purpose, its slower speed and atmosphere may make it not worth it. But it can be useful if you travel to rest stops and space stations and use a smaller ship to go planetside. Its manned turrets that hold a total of 4 size 4 hardpoints can be a force to be reckoned with. I have been on a Widow run with a Cuddy where the pilot, aka the guy buying the goods, had to run out and into the turret to help fend off enemies while the supporting fires were overwhelmed. Combined with the supporting light fighters, these guns can make quick work of any foes foolish enough to get within range. Its shields are ranked 3rd in the game, and combine that with its decent hull HP, it is certainly a tank. Its cons are, it's slow all the way across the board. We're talking yaw pitch rate, SCM speed, and max speed. Also, it's currently riddled with bugs. You can't walk near the cockpit with a pilot in the seat or else you'll die. Don't get close to the walls or else you'll die. And entering the engineering seats in the command pod will render the pilot's controls useless. If this happens at the wrong time, you'll all die, just to name a few. And the lack of missiles is disappointing, but it's to be expected, I guess. So, my thoughts. The Caterpillar certainly has its issues and caveats. However, it serves its purpose as a large cargo ship very well. And until the Hull series or C2 Hercules arrives into the game, it will be the undisputed king of cargo. Especially for an org looking to make some money in the verse. Or is it? Well, with the last major patch, CIG made a change to the Vice drug prices that left me personally a little uneasy. Let's do some quick math. It would cost you about 4.2 million Alpha UEC to fill the caddy with neon. This would give you about 800,000 Alpha UEC in profit. This isn't too bad until you consider that if the server crashes, you get killed, died to a bug, or whatever other things could happen to you in the Alphaverse, it would take 6 runs to get back to the amount of money you had, provided you had enough capital to even attempt a second run. This could certainly bankrupt an org or person. So the question you need to ask yourself are how likely are you to complete at least 7 caddy runs consecutively with no issues? And is it worth the time? It is my opinion that they have added too much risk for the reward, considering it takes you so long to make a run. However, I am confident that they will tweak this further and find a good sweet spot. Despite all of that, I still really want one. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let's continue this conversation down in the comments. The next ship in my review series will be the Aegis Gladius, given to me by the community by sharing my referral code. Thank you guys so much, I really appreciate it. However, due to the release of 3.6 coming to subscribers and concierge, this review may be delayed. Hopefully my next ship will be the Vanguard Warden, one of the reworked Kruger ships, or even a new straight-to-flight ship the community is speculating may come in Alpha 3.6. Did you like this review? Like it. Subscribe by clicking the circle here. Check out some of my other reviews in this series here. And if you enjoy my content and would like to support the channel further, you can click the join button below this video or check the description for even more ways to do so. However, your viewership is more than enough. Until next time, citizens, I'll see you in the verse.